Here's more wrestling news for January 27th, 2026. Your headlines for this afternoon include Vince McMahon finally spotted what's really happening behind the scenes, WWE plans taking shape for major comeback, yet another retirement of a big star, wrestler opens up about what's next, major no surrender spoilers leak after TNA audio feed mishap, inside Bryan Danielson's AEW hiatus, full details revealed, and more. Vince McMahon may no longer be involved with WWE in any official capacity, but he has resurfaced publicly, prompting renewed discussion about what comes next. On January 25th, McMahon was spotted at the Dragon's Lair gym in Las Vegas. The gym shared a photo on Instagram showing the former WWE chairman posing with one of their trainers, giving a thumbs up while dressed casually in track pants and a t-shirt. When the locker room leader walks in, the caption read, posted from the gym's official The Dragon's Lair account. The sighting marked McMahon's first public appearance in weeks and came shortly after comments from Logan Paul reignited speculation about McMahon's future. Speaking recently, Paul suggested that McMahon could eventually be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, and even went further by floating the idea of a possible return. Yeah, he'll definitely get inducted. I also have a weird feeling he'll come back. I think he'll get an insane pop. McMahon's appearance also comes at a time when Stephanie McMahon is set to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, a development that has led some fans to wonder whether Vince could attend the ceremony in a personal capacity. As of now, there has been no indication that such a scenario is planned. There is currently no sign that McMahon is preparing for any kind of WWE comeback, and no official involvement has been suggested. Still, between public sightings and ongoing comments from figures within WWE's orbit, the conversation around his presence continues to linger. What do you make of Vince McMahon's Las Vegas gym appearance? Is it simply a low-key public sighting, or do you think it adds another layer to the ongoing speculation? Share your thoughts below. Former WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton could be nearing her return, with Royal Rumble weekend emerging as a possible landing point. According to PW Insider Elite, there has been strong internal chatter suggesting Stratton is currently in Saudi Arabia and may be planned as a surprise entrant to the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble match. If that scenario plays out, it would mark her first appearance since losing the WWE Women's Championship to Jade Cargill on November 1st at a Saturday night's main event. At the time, Stratton's absence was attributed publicly to creative direction. However, Bryan Alvarez later clarified that she'd been dealing with a physical setback. The title match itself lasted under 6 minutes, a detail that has since raised questions about whether the injury occurred during the bout or was further aggravated that night, though no specific timeline has been confirmed. While off television, Stratton has remained active on social media, posting cryptic messages and subtle comeback teases that have kept fans speculating about her return, particularly as WrestleMania season approaches. Before stepping away, Stratton put together a dominant 2025 campaign, finishing the year with 26 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws for an 86.7% win rate. She also captured the Money in the Bank briefcase and successfully cashed in to become champion, establishing herself as one of WWE's fastest rising stars. If Stratton does enter the Royal Rumble this weekend, her return would immediately place her back in the title picture, whether that leads to unfinished business with Cargill or an entirely new direction. For now, WWE has not confirmed her status, but the possibility alone has added another layer of intrigue to an already unpredictable Rumble field. Do you think Tiffany Stratton makes her return at the Royal Rumble, or will WWE hold her back for a different moment? Share your thoughts below. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. Madison Rayne has explained why she chose to step away from in-ring competition quietly without a heavily promoted retirement angle or on-screen spectacle. Speaking on Boots to Boots, Rayne detailed how deliberate she was about keeping her final match low-key, opting to exit on Ring of Honor programming rather than turning her retirement into a focal point across AEW television. She admitted she never envisioned what her last match would look like, but she was certain about what she did not want. I didn't picture my last match either. All I knew was that I didn't want it to be a huge, I didn't want it to be promoted as Madison Rayne's retiring. I didn't want the focus of what was happening in the women's division, whether it was going to be on Dynamite or Collision or Ring of Honor. I didn't want my moment to mess up the dynamic. Rayne credited AEW President Tony Khan for respecting that approach and allowing her to handle the moment on her own terms without forcing it into a storyline or spotlighted segment. So the fact that Tony Khan allowed me to just kind of slide in with my best friend and have this match, and it just kind of fit the way that everything else was happening with Ring of Honor and with the women in Ring of Honor, I'm really grateful for that. She also made it clear that she had no interest in championships, elaborate presentation, or emotional production beats. Instead, what mattered most was how naturally the day unfolded. Rayne explained that only a small group of people were aware of the plan ahead of time, with the significance of the match becoming clear organically as the day progressed. The people who needed to know knew. Everyone in the match knew, Tony knew, our producer knew, Josh knew, Steve knew, but people kind of started to find out as the day went on. And then, like you said, the crowd after the match, they figured it out. It wasn't shoved down their throats, they figured it out. And it was all just so natural and happened organically. Looking back, Rayne said that the understated approach gave her a sense of fulfillment that a more traditional farewell might not have. In an era where retirements are often built into extended storylines, Rayne's decision to step away quietly reflected her priorities, placing respect for the broader women's division and creative balance above personal spotlight. Fans watching TNA Impact on TNA Plus last week were treated to a 15-minute production error that accidentally revealed multiple major storyline developments ahead of No Surrender on February 13th. Please note, the following details contain spoilers for upcoming TNA programming. Viewers who wish to avoid spoilers should skip the next 30 seconds. After the episode went off the air, the audio feed mistakenly remained live during a taped match between Rich Swann and Nick Nemeth. While no video was shown, live commentary could still be heard, revealing outcomes and creative plans for upcoming episodes and the No Surrender event itself. During the leaked audio, commentary confirmed that the No Surrender main event will see Mike Santana and Leon Slater team up against Nick Nemeth and Eddie Edwards. It was also revealed that Eddie Edwards is the winner of the world title contract briefcase from the recent Feast or Fired match. Another notable spoiler involved Leon Slater, with commentary teasing that he may be encouraged to cash in his X Division championship for a world title opportunity, effectively invoking Option C. That tease strongly suggests a major shift in Slater's trajectory heading into the spring. The audio feed also spoiled next week's Impact main event, confirming that Rich Swann defeats AJ Francis in a no-holds-barred match. Additionally, it was revealed that the Swann vs. Nemeth match being taped during the leak is scheduled to air on February 12th, just one night before No Surrender. TNA reportedly cut the audio feed before the match concluded, but by that point, several key creative beats had already been revealed. The mistake effectively laid out the No Surrender main event, clarified the world title picture, teased an Option C cash-in, and spoiled next week's television finish, all unintentionally. With the information now public, TNA faces a creative crossroads: adjust the booking to account for the leak, or proceed as planned and lean into the anticipation now that fans know what's coming. What do you think TNA should do? Should they pivot creatively, or stay the course and build around what's already been revealed? Share your thoughts in the comments. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. Bryan Danielson's ongoing neck issues may have reached another critical point, and that appears to be the reason behind his absence from AEW television this week. Danielson did not appear on the January 21st episode of AEW Dynamite, with Taz filling in on commentary. According to a January 23rd report from F4W Online, Danielson's absence was due to worsening neck problems caused not by in-ring activity, but by the physical toll of frequent travel. The report notes that Danielson's condition has deteriorated specifically because of flying week after week for commentary duties rather than wrestling. With AEW's demanding travel schedule, that strain has reportedly exacerbated his long-standing neck issues. This update aligns closely with Danielson's own recent comments. In a prior interview with Chris Van Vliet, the former AEW World Champion revealed that he is dealing with significant neck degeneration and is on the cusp of needing surgery. At the time, Danielson admitted he had hoped to continue wrestling occasionally, but those expectations have since shifted. I was actually doing really well until I started traveling more for commentary, and now it's really gone downhill, Danielson said. I had these delusions of, okay, maybe I can get back and do a little bit of wrestling. Now I see that they really are delusions. This is not a good idea. Taken together, Danielson's comments and the latest report suggest his current absence is precautionary and potentially a sign that even limited weekly commitments may no longer be sustainable. With his neck condition worsening due to travel alone, AEW may need to reassess how or if Danielson remains involved on a regular basis. Whether that means stepping away entirely, transitioning into a reduced role, or finding a way to stay connected without the physical demands of touring remains an open question. What do you think AEW should do next with Bryan Danielson? Should he step away completely for his long-term health, or is there a safer way for him to stay involved without weekly travel? Share your thoughts in the comments. Tommaso Ciampa's WWE chapter may be over, but his next move could take him somewhere unexpected, and it may not be AEW. According to PW Insider and Dave Meltzer, Ciampa is reportedly considering a move to New Japan Pro Wrestling following his WWE departure. While AEW has long been viewed as a natural landing spot given Ciampa's in-ring style, Meltzer suggested that a jump there may not be immediate or guaranteed. Meltzer noted that while Ciampa would fit AEW stylistically, the company's already crowded roster could make it difficult to stand out right away. He also pointed to Ciampa's recent push for independent bookings as a possible indicator that no AEW deal was waiting for him when he exited WWE. He'd fit in style-wise with AEW, but AEW has such a large roster filled with top talent, so it's a tough place to break through. The fact he's pushing indie bookings would seem to indicate he didn't leave for AEW and a deal there, but it wouldn't surprise me to see such a deal happen given Tony Khan signing so many people, and he's a strong in-ring wrestler. Ciampa has already begun laying the groundwork for his post-WWE identity. As previously reported, trademark filings confirm he's secured the names Psycho Killer and Psycho King, signaling a potential character reinvention as he steps into the next phase of his career. With WWE behind him and no immediate long-term deal publicly confirmed elsewhere, Ciampa now has the rare opportunity to reset on his own terms. Whether that path leads to Japan, AEW, or an extended independent run remains to be seen, but the former NXT champion is clearly positioning himself for a fresh start. Where do you think Tommaso Ciampa would thrive most? New Japan, AEW, or elsewhere? And who would be your dream opponent for his next chapter? Sound off in the comments below. Saraya is no longer just talking about a wrestling comeback, she's actively preparing for one. In a new Instagram update, the former AEW star shared multiple in-ring training videos that strongly suggest a serious return is underway. The footage shows Saraya working with independent wrestler Vipress, running through fundamental sequences such as collar and elbow tie-ups, headlocks, transitions, and chain wrestling. Could Saraya, also known as Paige, be a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble? And if the opportunity presents itself, should WWE bring her back for one final run? Share your thoughts in the comments below. For all of our subscribers, don't miss the 9 a.m. Eastern video we dropped earlier today. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop.